You ever hear of a town that vanished, not from maps, but from memory? Where everything's still there. The buildings, the roads, the signs. But no one's lived there in decades. And yet, people still hear screaming coming from the woods. This isn't a campfire story. This is Elkmont, Tennessee. An abandoned mountain town with a past people don't like to talk about. Let's rewind for a second. In the early 1900s, Elkmont was thriving. It was a logging town tucked in the Smoky Mountains. Cabins, families, shops, even a luxury resort. Tourists came to escape the city. Loggers came for the timber. Families stayed for the fresh mountain air. But by the 1940s, it started emptying out quietly, and no one really noticed. Until weird things started happening. Today, Elkmont is officially part of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but it's not open like a tourist site. It's boarded up, overgrown, guarded, and that's when the story started. Visitors report hearing crying at night. Rangers have logged strange reports, voices, footsteps, even flashes of light inside buildings with no power. One woman swears she heard someone calling her name from inside a sealed cabin, but no one was there. A hiker once stayed the night just outside the ruins. He left before dawn, saying something was standing outside his tent all night, and it never breathed. Sound crazy? Here's where it gets weirder. The government kept Elkmont on the map for years, but only in internal files. It wasn't listed publicly on brochures or websites. No tours, no signs. Just one photo in a local museum with a caption that reads, "The town that was never supposed to be visited again." And yet, people go. They always go. Because there's something magnetic about a place like this, where the buildings are still standing, but the people are just gone. Locals have their own version of the story. They say Elkmont was cursed, that the land was once sacred and should have never been developed, that when the logging stopped, something came back, and it didn't want company. One legend tells of a group of teenagers who broke into the old lodge in the 80s. They stayed the night. Only one came back. He couldn't speak for a week, and when he finally did, all he said was, "It waits in the walls." Still think it's just ghost stories? Here's something official. In 2009, park rangers installed motion sensors near the site just for wildlife tracking, but they kept going off. Every few nights. No animals, no wind, just movement. And when they pulled the footage, the cameras showed empty roads. But the audio, screaming, not just one voice, multiple, like people running, yelling, begging. That footage was never released. All we have is one ranger's quote from a leaked memo. "I don't know what's out there, but I'm not going back alone." So, what really happened in Elkmont? Was it just a logging town that dried up and faded away? A forgotten dot on a map? Or did something deeper and darker drive people out? Why do rangers avoid it at night? Why do hikers report the same exact dream after visiting? The dream always ends the same way. They wake up gasping to a woman whispering in their ear, "Don't follow the sound." So, is this all just folklore? Or is there a reason the park doesn't advertise what's still standing back there? All I know is buildings can fall, towns can vanish, but some things don't leave, even when the people do. Let me know what you think is going on in Elkmont. Drop your theory in the comments. I read every one. And if you like stories that make you question what's real, we've got a lot more coming.